Hello, I'm Adarael. I'm playing Jason Carter, the gunslinging scientist from the inside of Vault 38, and generally excited to be in this insane situation.
Hello, I'm Alereg. I'm playing Dr. Carl Hoffman, and I hate geese.
Hi, I'm Legacy, and I will be playing Chanel, God's favorite accident.
Hi there, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Iris, the Institute's least favorite accident.
And I am Solomon. I will be your overseer and the one that decides who is the favorite. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi.
When we last left off, there was a mighty honk as the Goostra had made its presence known to 3 of our 4 intrepid adventurers. But we're not going to focus on that at the moment. At the moment, we're going to focus on Chanel. Chanel, you got separated from the other 3 whenever you fell down in the medical facility. The AI there and the sink managed to get you back to the sink where you would be safe and sound. But only after a few moments of you having to look around in a offshoot of where the others got dropped. In that area, you didn't find too much, but one thing that really you focused on was a body that was wearing the colors that are very familiar to you. A deep crimson red over what looks to be sports equipment that has been turned into armor. The body itself is old. You're not exactly a medical professional, but you can tell that this body's been here a while. And it looks like something came at it with a melee weapon of some kind. If you'd like, you can give me an intelligence and medicine roll.
Oh, yeah, time to flex that big one I've got. You guys are ready to watch some genius happen? Because that's what I'm gonna give you.
4 ones, let's go.
Hey, baby, both failures. By a lot.
Well, you can't really tell what did him in, but you get the idea that it was something blunt given the fact that his skull is cracked. And you see that he apparently was more of a scout legionnaire, as he isn't very heavily armed. There aren't any guns on him, but you do find something that's actually in decent shape. It's a compound bow, like a hunting bow that has survived through maintenance and good luck over the years. The body has a quiver as well with it, with arrows that look barbed, like serrated, and they look gnarly. There is something familiar about the way that this feels in your hands. Like you haven't touched it in years, perhaps even a decade or more, but it feels familiar.
How big's the space that we're in?
It's a rather spacious little offshoot room. It's effectively got like a close and medium range band, as it were, but not anything further beyond that. And you can hear the AI over the speakers in your room saying, just a moment, we are working to get the frequency right, so that way we send you back to the sink.
Yeah, sure thing, yeah, thanks, oh shit. Which one are you again? Sorry, I'm all sorts of, you know how it is, just, and as she's saying this, She's just going to get a feel for the string of the bow and kind of get pluck it a little bit just to see if this thing needs to be kind of like tuned up a little bit before she like plays with it. And if it doesn't, she's gonna grab one of those arrows and she's going to aim. I assume that there's like posters and stuff on the wall. Like I don't know like what like the set facility looks like, but is there anything on a wall that I could use as like a makeshift target?
Yes, you do see that there is what looks to be a what almost like blown up pictures from almost like what looks to be an old book that you've heard called a yearbook. And you just see a woman's face, like a young girl, like maybe about 17, 18. And you just see a whole bunch of like marks on it along with the words, "Fuck you, Betsy," underneath it.
Yeah, fuck you, Betsy. Stupid bitch didn't give me her, I don't know. Sorry, Betsy. And she's going to go ahead and just, for fun, she's going to shoot it.
All right, give me a roll to attack. This will be a roll of your agility plus your athletics.
That is one success.
The arrow sinks right into the face of poor Betsy, and you just feel this sort of relief, like the joy of your body still having the muscle memory there, the ability to properly aim after training for so long back when you were far younger. And you definitely think that if you need to focus on one target or you don't, or you run out of bombs, this could definitely be something you could utilize.
Cool. I pull the arrow out of the wall, and I will go ahead, and if there's like a pouch or a quiver to hold my stuff in, I'll take whatever I can find, strap it kind of around me, and kind of clip the bow to my where like the belt loop of your jeans are, and I turn, I look to Maisie, I kind of squat down and give her a couple head scratches and say, well, it's a good backup weapon in case we run out of bombs. We should never run out of bombs, but you know, we might run out of bombs. And you know, I talk to you a lot like you're a person.
She just kind of just staring up at you, just almost expectantly.
Oh, let me guess. You want a treat, don't you?
And she gets down into like play mode immediately.
I'm so shocked. Look at me. My flabbers are absolutely gasted right now. My shocked is in awe, and she's like reaching into her bag. She'll take out a little piece of jerky and like toss it her way.
And after she gets fed, you feel a little tingly, and you see her seem to be like, the vision of her is a little bit wavy, and then you feel you and Maisie both get sent back to the sink, where you are able to rest and recuperate a little bit. You are kept appraised of what's happening with your friends, given that the sink central intelligence unit is connected to Carter's Pip-Boy. They don't seem to have too much trouble getting through the medical facility, and you are even made aware that Dr. Hoffman now has some new duds in the forms of a upgraded T-60 power armor suit.
I totally know what that means. 100%.
It means he's going to look a lot more like the scribe that you met way back when, whenever you first encountered the Institute and the think tank. Big metal suit.
So, do you think I'd be able to get on the shoulders of that thing and let Dr. Hoffman walk me around like he's some sort of, I don't know, like John Mick robot, and I, while he's walking around, maybe I will just take my, oh my god, oh my god, we're gonna pitch this idea to Doc. We're gonna pitch it to Doc. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It'll be fantastic. I'm talking to myself. Nobody's in the room. I think I've been taking too many of those chems.
Or not enough. You just hear a feminine voice come from behind you, and you look around, and you see down here, and you look down, and you see a light switch.
Hi there.
Hi,
Who are you?
I'm the light switch.
Neat.
I'm light switch 01, which means that I'm better than light switch 02 in the other room.
Oh, absolutely. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her. Fuck her. Sorry. Again, getting used to my surroundings.
It's understandable.
Where are my friends?
They should be getting back here soon. The Central Intelligence Unit actually keeps us up to date. They'll probably be coming back and either resting, maybe getting a little bit of food. The Biological Research Station actually has been working on some burritos if you want something.
What's a burrito?
Apparently take like some kind of wrap and put it around whatever you're wanting to eat, and then it just makes it more portable. Like bread, and then you just wrap stuff in it.
Ah, okay. Portable. Wouldn't that just be a sandwich?
Yeah, but without two slices of bread. It's just one large flat sort of bread thing.
One flat bread. Interesting. So a burrito is a sandwich.
I think so. Other people might say otherwise.
Well, I'm sorry. The way that you explained it to me, they would be wrong, and I would know this. I'm pretty smart. I'm like the 8th smartest person in the Mojave. So.
Probably a little bit higher than that. From everything I've heard, the Mojavean isn't exactly known for the high IQ.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I would very much enjoy this burrito sandwich.
Well, just go, feel free to go grab one. Before you do, could you flick the switch, please?
Sure. She flicks the switch.
You feel a little dirty doing it, honestly, because she makes a noise that really a light switch should not make. And the light turns on, and it's this like pale pinkish color. Thank you.
I'm not gonna ask, actually, because I feel like asking questions is just gonna give me the whole whirlwind that I'm not gonna have to. Burrito, pink light burrito, and I think I did something naughty to a light switch. I don't know. I'm afraid. She's just talking to herself, and she's just slowly eating. The moment that she gets any like feeling that she's being watched by this light switch, she just turns her back to it. And she's like,
and thus you eat your burrito with your back turned towards the light switch. The burrito tastes good. It just tastes vegetal. And you look inside, and it's just got this like green substance inside. You're not sure what exactly it is. Doesn't taste bad. It just tastes vegetal.
Interesting. Light switch 01. This is an interesting scene. And she goes to turn to look at the light switch, and then just turns right back and is like, never mind.
Fair enough. So you wait a little while for your friends to come back, but it gets pretty late. So you decide you go ahead and take a little nap. And when you wake up, the others are they are busy elsewhere for Iris, because Iris is busy apparently talking to a jukebox in a different room. and you decide to just let them have a little bit of a moment. And the other two, needing sleep because they are organic like you are sleeping. But you do hear another, hey, psst, psst.
Listen, if you ask me to switch something on, I'm not doing it again. She's like, she's looking around.
But she's like, what? No, hey, come on now. I have a little more class than that. And you look down and it is the light switch 02.
Oh no.
I have more class than that. Come on now. That? I'm learning to try to be nicer, but she's not making it easy. Jealous bitch. Anyway.
Yeah, fuck her. Actually, I'm not gonna say that anymore.
It's not.
You must be O2.
That's correct. See, I knew you were smart. I could tell by looking at you.
I will take the compliment. Thank you.
I heard from the Central Intelligence Unit that you all are going around collecting the key cards.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like your friends got the second one, and you got the first one with them in Little Yangtze. I think the third one is over at Dr. Boris's place, at the biological research facility.
Interesting. And I'm sorry, I don't have the map. I think Carter does, but
if you want, I can actually just go ahead and put it into your head.
Okay, this one I have to ask how.
Just, flick the light switch and look up at the light for a second. Whenever you close your eyes, you'll see the map.
The last time somebody asked me to flip the light switch, it got pink in the room.
Oh, pink. What a gaudy color. No, it won't be that. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, I'll flip the light switch. I'll flip the light switch. She looks a little uncomfortable as she does it.
The lights turn on and they are a light blue instead. And as you look up at them, you see this almost like a little pattern with how the lights shine. And when you close your eyes, instead of seeing like that sort of like spot in your vision whenever you would like look at a light for too long, and you see the map traced out in that sort of like flashing colored spot.
Thank you.
Anytime. If you want to go ahead and scout things out, maybe beat them to the punch, you should be able to get out. I think the other one is busy talking to someone who hacked their way into Blind Diode Johnson.
That'd be good to get a head start then. Thank you, O2.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Best of luck.
And Chanel and all of her whiplash will get up and kind of she's gonna let the two gentlemen sleep, and she's gonna go out and do a little bit of exploring.
Okay. You are able to get on out fairly easily. You also feel your mind be a little bit clearer. And for the rest of the day, you will get a free reroll on any test that involves intelligence.
Mega mind, let's fucking go.
All right.
Cool.
You are able to make your way out, and with the help of Maisie, you're able to avoid the worst of the swarms of cazadors and the last few Night Stalkers that are still out. It's getting towards daybreak, so you've got a little bit of Still got a few people that you need to avoid, but nothing too bad. But you make your way to the biological research facility, and you're just able to take a look around. This place very obviously used to be a place where dogs were. It just sort of has that same sort of like smell that Maisie has, just like if you were to like rub your face into her. It's just a large, it looks like a large dog training facility, but there are no dogs. The last thing that is left is a rather large doghouse the size of like a barn that has the words Gabe written on the top, written above the little doorway.
Oh, sweet boy. Oh, little thing. And she's gonna take out one of Maisie's like little chewed up. She doesn't really play with it anymore. Like chewed up like old raggedy dog toys, and she's just gonna leave it at the base of the old doghouse. Oh, sweet boy. It's okay. You ain't suffering no more.
As you do that, you hear something rattle at a shutter. Like you see a large metallic shutter beside by you, just clanging like something's like bodying against it, and you just hear a muffled. Huh?
Fuck was that?
Maisie is barking at the shutter, but you also hear movement coming back from where you were, so you think maybe it's probably a good idea to hide for a second. So if you'd like, please give me a roll of agility and sneak.
2 successes.
Fantastic. You make your way to like a little corner, like almost like hiding inside of the like behind the large doghouse, and you see the rest of your crew who are looking at Maisie, who is still barking at the shutter. And then the shutter goes up, and you see this large white creature with multiple heads giving off these intense, loud honking noises that sound worse than when you had ever hit the horn on your truck. And the necks of this creature are all long and like almost extending outward, looking menacing as they drip what looks to be this greenish sort of spittle that burns and sizzles when it hits the ground. It is a it is a very large beast that does not look very nice, and is looking at your friends and your dog very cruelly.
I'm hidden.
You are hidden.
I'm gonna take out my longbow. While it seems to be not looking quite nicely at my friends, and I would actually like to try to aim for the. How big is this thing?
It is roughly about 18 feet tall and has 3 heads.
Cool. I'd like to aim for one of the for one of the necks.
Okay. I will say that the difficulty for that will just be a difficulty 2. Right? Well, difficulty 1 because because the thing is its defense is dropped to 0 because it is a surprise attack.
Cool. Would you allow me any bonuses because it does not see me?
Yes, I will say that you are able to if you want to use your minor action to take the aim action, you can get a free reroll on this. Cool. And I will say that it will go ahead and also deal an additional 2 dice of damage because your weapon is a suppressed weapon. It's meant for taking things out without making any sound.
It also gains vicious if it doesn't have it already. It's a stealth attack.
So any effects not only will be piercing because of your serrated arrows and your bow before me or bow before me perk, but it will also gain vicious and deal an additional die of damage because your weapon. Oh no, wait, it didn't already have vicious, so it just gains vicious. So effects will pierce through armor and deal extra damage. Significantly better.
Cool. That's a 1.
That is in fact a 1.
So we get 1 point into the action pool.
Do.
I would actually spend a luck. I would like to spend a luck point to roll that second die.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so that's 3 points into the action point pool.
Yep.
For the record, folks, that is a second 1.
For those of you who play D&D, that's 2 nat 20s.
So I believe that is 4 successes.
That is 4 successes. It does hit. So go ahead and roll the damage. So total, I believe that would be 5 damage dice for your bow, unless you want to spend a second arrow to decrease it to 6 damage dice. One thing to keep in mind is that arrows are actually things that you can't get back. Every time that you expend them, I will roll a die to see if it breaks or if it can be retrieved at the end of the combat.
Cool. Yeah, you know what? I'll spend a second arrow. Make that 6 damage.
Okay, that'll be 6 damage dice, piercing 2 and vicious. So that is 8 damage, piercing 6.
Cool.
Unless you want to spend a luck point to reroll those 2 3s.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So, you're aiming at the neck of this large creature. And you're aiming at one of the heads that is staying a bit more still. And the arrow sinks in first, and the second one sinks in with it. And you can just hear as it is trying to throw them out almost, with the fact that the arrows are serrated and the way they lodged in, it just seems to be dealing more damage to itself until you just see the head tear off, the neck separate from the body right where the arrows hit. The arrows are still in and still dealing damage, but you just see the head fall down, and now there is a stump. And then you see, in a large bloody display, 2 more heads sprout from that same stump. And now there are 4 heads on this creature.
Oh, that's not right.
And now we're in initiative.
Okay, sir.
Iris, you're used to being the sneaky one. Chanel came out of nowhere with a bow that you've never seen her use before and just took off one of the heads of this thing. Sure, 2 more heads came back, but it still was a nice shot.
Nice shot. Maybe don't aim for their heads or their necks.
I don't even know what the fuck this thing is, okay?
That was for the future, not for just now.
Cool, sounds good. What is
This is a goose.
This is a goose?
Yeah.
This thing's a goose?
Yeah.
Doc, I think you were kind of underestimating how fucking terrifying this thing actually was. I'm
You
not
do
gonna
not
lie.
understand. I did not underestimate anything. I told you this is a monster.
Well, to be clear, I think Dr. Boris did call it a hydrus. I don't think this is a regular goose. I think he did something to this one. Anyway, can I kneecap the goose?
You can absolutely shoot at the little goose legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna. How far away is it from me?
It is at medium range. This place is large, but it's not gigantic, like a gigantic field. You could probably get up to long distance if you wanted to run back up the metal catwalk and just sort of post up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will.
Okay.
I will spend.
Would you like to spend an action point to do so, or are you going to do the athletics test to get up the stairs without eating shit?
I will do the athletics test to
Okay.
not.
Agility athletics to not eat shit up the stairs.
Athletic. All right.
I swear to God, if you kneecap this goose and
Okay.
more legs grow back.
Drumsticks for days.
All right, and then I will spend an action point to take an additional minor action to aim.
Okie dokie. So we're back down to 3.
And we will fire. That is 2 successes.
All right, that hits, and 1 action point will go into the pool.
All right.
Because your weapon is accurate, would you like to use any action points for extra damage?
Nah, we'll let those sit there for other folks to use. That's not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, piercing 2. Oh,
Right.
well, you know what? It's fine. I realized I could have rerolled that 17 for more action points, but it's fine.
Fair enough. So you hit the leg, and you hear a loud pop as the joint is utterly destroyed by the shot, and the leg just sort of falls off. And then two more of the legs form out from the stump, and you can just see the like 2 of the heads just look right at Iris.
This is why I hate geese.
Wait, hold on. If we give it enough legs on one side, it'll just run in circles, right? I would like to pass my turn.
All right. With that idea, Carter, it's now your turn.
Boy, Carter is aghast at this horrific thing that he sees in front of him, reaches into his jacket pocket, and jacks a dose of Psycho right into his neck, shouts, "Woo! Winner, winner, Christmas dinner!"
Perfect.
What's Christmas?
And he's
Something
going
we'll
to
tell
aim
you
for
about later.
center mass. He's going to
Eldritch
aim for
Santa
center
Claus
mass
is
on
not
this thing.
needed.
Go right ahead.
Yes. Oh boy. It grows more bodies now.
That would be 4 successes.
Surprisingly enough, that does hit. And the pool is now maximum.
Oh, don't forget to roll your d6 to see if you get addicted to Psycho.
Oh yeah, you should do that.
I can't, because it's addiction level 2 and I've only taken 1 dose.
Oh, it is. I was looking at the wrong one.
Fair enough.
It's just surrounded by addiction 1.
Did you remember to include the extra damage from the Psycho?
I did. Oh, I'm going to spend a luck point on Mysterious Stranger as well.
Okay. So let's see. That's 1, 2.
Seven.
This is fantastic. Is it piercing at all?
It is. It is piercing 1, so I think that is 2 levels of damage, 2 levels of armor ignored.
That it is. The down on the center mass is actually significantly thicker, but the bullet does manage to burrow through and deal a decent bit of damage. Not enough to cause it to start bleeding internally, but still, the damage is there.
Well, can't have everything.
Yep. It is, however, still bleeding from the arrows that are lodged into the now 2 necks in the center of the at the center stalk. And it is its turn. Let's see. So that will be a head for each of you. I will go ahead and roll as it sort of just like leaps up into the air and flaps its wings, creating a large like gust that buffets you. And then each neck just lunges and snaps down at each of you.
I could do something so hilarious right now. Where's that magazine that I had? I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna use it as a rolled up newspaper. No. Honk, bonk.
Bad goose.
Quunk. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Somebody's
Uh-huh.
getting bit.
Who's getting bit in the ass and why is it me?
Two people's getting bit.
Oh, someone's really getting bit. Oh, someone's getting bit.
I bet that's three. Dear fucking God.
Damn.
Well, it seems that everyone is in fact getting bit. The extra successes that it generated on the attack against Dr. Hoffman will be used to try to peck through his armor better. Because since he is currently in a set of T60 power armor and is off his gourd on MedX. We will start with the attacks as they came. First one will go to Iris. Second one will go to Dr. Hoffman, then Chanel, then Carter.
Wonk.
Aww.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so first off, Iris, you take, not including your armor, 9 damage, piercing 3 to your chest.
Well, that's unfortunate. So I take 8.
Ouch.
And I
Dr.
am
Hoffman.
Yep.
You take a grand total of 8 damage, piercing 3 to your chest as well.
So damage resistance 10. Actually, the chest is damage resistance 12. So
Hey,
I think I took
Wang.
none.
does in fact just pling off of your chest plate, but you do feel like that it's fairly strong, so it's like, oh, that was lucky.
Mhm.
Chanel, you take a grand total of 5, piercing 2 to your chest.
Okay. I have damage resistance 5.
So it just like sort of nips at you and just throws you about a little bit, but you don't take any actual physical damage.
Okay.
Carter. You take 9, piercing 2 to the chest.
Okay, that means I take 4, I believe. No, wait, 5.
Do keep in mind, I believe Psycho in this one also does give you damage resistance akin to how Medx does.
Oh, I'm counting that already.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, so looks like there's a little bit of bleeding happening with some of our friends. And it is also going to take some damage because of the serrated arrows that are still lodged in its body.
I'm just a girl.
And that is another 7 damage dealt to it as all the movement
ow.
causes the serrated arrows to just tear through its flesh.
I'm just a girl. It's okay.
Is that what we're going with? Dr. Hoffman, you look down and just wipe off the spit as you can see it sizzling at the metal on your chest plate. But you have seen that it has lashed out at all of your friends and is still currently in the air, airborne.
Fuck the goose. I am going to immediately attack with Pew Pew on this one.
Okie dokie.
Minor action aim, because fucking accurate, might as well.
Fair.
A luck point to
And you
reroll
get-
that 20.
Well, the aim lets you reroll it for free, so you don't have to spend the luck point.
Perfect. You're mine. 3 successes.
Fantastic.
I believe we're at
Your action point pool is currently full, so you can go ahead and, as an accurate weapon, put all 3 of those into damage.
Awesome. So going from 14 plus 3 more, rolling 17. Actually, I need to roll to hit. I don't know exactly where I'm hitting on this thing.
Yeah, let's see where you hit.
$14, which is right arm. So I'm aiming it for its wing. It looks like.
Looks like it.
Cool.
I'm sure that'll be fine. I'm sure it won't grow another one.
It is energy weapon, to be fair.
Biblically accurate goose.
Burning laser, maybe.
No.
All right,
We shall see.
17 D6. You guys okay if I throw like another action point or 2 from the pool, seeing as we've got 6 right now?
Go for it.
The maximum that you can use is 3 for adding damage to an accurate attack.
Never mind. Not gonna worry about it then, because I'm already adding the max. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, and piercing 12.
It did have a wing there. It is
Cool.
now plummeting to the earth and lands with a mighty thud as the wing disintegrates before your very eyes and smells delicious.
To cook you with garlic and onion.
Unfortunately, at that spot, the wings looks like it's beginning to try to force out another set of wings, but it's slower because the attack was energy damage and did cauterize, and it has to try to burst through the cauterized flesh first.
Yay.
Chanel.
Yes, my turn. Don't worry, everybody. I will think of a fast and loose solution. Something that will be great and fantastic. And what do these ones do again? Ah, right. So I'm gonna whip a cocktail at it.
Molotov cocktail. Fantastic. You gotta baste it first.
Yeah, exactly. This is me pre-cooking. Chanel's hungry. And a roasted goose sounds about good right now. Okay, so we'll do that is 3 successes.
Surprisingly enough, that'll hit.
Yeah, surprisingly. And then let me just put the damage input on this thing. I have no clue. It's an area of effect. I don't hit like one random location, but I'm gonna hit it really fucking hard. Really hard.
Damage from a Molotov cocktail, I believe, is 4 dice.
4, yes. Are we cool if I maybe add 3 more dice to that? Or
Unfortunately, that only works on accurate weapons and melee attacks.
balls. Fine. Roll 2 5s, a 2, and a 3.
Okay, so that is a grand total of 6 energy damage.
Mm-hmm. And he's on fire.
And he's on fire for 3 rounds, on top of bleeding for another one.
Yep.
So he'll be taking some extra damage on his turn.
Mm-hmm.
We are back up at the top, and Iris. The goose is currently thrashing about, its various heads just like running through the dirt, cracking against the side of the large barn-sized doghouse. and just trying to whip wildly as it tries to get back onto its feet.
Okay. I would like to minor action use a stim pack to stop myself from bleeding.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I will heal my injury.
Cool.
Spend an action point, minor action aim. I would like to aim for center mass.
Okay. Since it is thrashing about so wildly, the difficulty will be at 2, just because of the fact that it's moving around so erratically.
That's fun. I'm gonna re-roll that 11 because I'm feeling greedy.
Sounds about right.
Okay, I can't type. I missed every key that I tried to hit that time. That's okay.
Ooh.
Of course. I don't want to miss, so
Luck point?
luck point. Okay, so I hit it at least. No action points back, though.
You do hit it though, so go ahead and roll your damage. Though again, you are also at a max action point pool, so if you wanted to spend up to 3 for extra damage, you can, since your weapon is accurate.
No, we're gonna keep the action points in there. I'm gonna try and shoot again.
Okay.
4, 6, 8, 10 piercing 4.
All right. This shot impacts, and there's just a large, spurt of blood as the bullet tears through its body, and you can feel like you've probably hit something important. But with the fact that it's also on fire, this place is starting to smell really, really good, honestly.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and 2 action points. I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay. Difficulty will be 3.
And then I'm actually going to spend a 3rd action point. Should put us down to 3.
And it will.
For an extra die, just to be sure. That is 3 successes. We get 1 back. It puts us up back. 3 successes. I can do math.
Math is hard. Let's cook a goose.
Let's cook a goose. That is only 7 piercing 2.
All right. And yet more damage is dealt. This creature is still thrashing wildly and still fighting full bore. Isn't slowing down, it seems. Though you do get the idea, you do get the feeling that could just be whatever is inside of it, just trying to repair or replace damaged flesh. But you're making headway. Carter, you're high on Psycho, and you still see an enemy, so...
Why? Yeah, Carter's going to use a stim pack to heal his injury as well, because he would prefer not to bleed out while murdering other things.
Fair enough.
And our goose friend is going to get goosed. I'm going to expend extra ammo for additional damage on this, because I think you have to declare that whether or not you hit.
Yes.
So yeah, burning 2 additional ammo to he's walking forward, just unloading at the goose. Why won't you die?
Accurate. As you're walking forward, you are firing your weapon, and you can you just look to your side and you see the caballero just walking forward and fan firing his own as well.
Hell yeah. That is 3 successes.
And that's also 3. That is 4 successes from the caballero. Your action point total is back at full again.
Excellent.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
That's
he will
1,
roll
2,
his
3,
damage.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, piercing 3.
One more time, how much was that?
10 piercing 3.
Excellent. So you and the Caballero just like walk in tandem, just emptying round after round into this creature and just trying to bring it down. The feathers are matted with blood and this sick green bile-like substance as it is still thrashing about, working to get to its 3 feet. But you can definitely tell you're watching it slow down a little. It is a tough bitch, but it will go down. You are sure of it. That might be the psycho talking, but who knows?
Nothing can stop me. Psycho makes everything work.
It's true. Its turn comes up. And it is going to focus its heads. 2 of them are going to go to each Iris and Carter as the ones that are attacking it most.
Damn goose with its long ass neck. Being at long range would usually be helpful.
It does have a slight difficulty increase because of that, but it's got 4 attack. It's got 4 attacks, so here they come.
Should have dropped prone, damn it.
And it will use one of my action points to try to hit each of you. That's 3 successes for Iris.
Cool. There's no way in hell I'm not going down.
Ooh, 4 to Carter.
Hopefully, Goose is not innately accurate.
Not innately, no, but it does. But it is technically a melee attack, so it does.
Ah, yes, that's true.
But I only have so many action points that I can get to utilize, so it will only get a little bit of extra damage from the action points. So, looks like we've got 1 attack that did hit Iris, and 2 attacks that hit Carter.
Joy.
And it will roll randomly for where it hits this time. Left arm for Iris. And then the torso and left leg for Carter. That is 11, piercing 3 to Iris's arm.
So is there an amount of damage I can take that'll instantly kill me?
No, unless it's like just a gigantic amount of damage, which
Okay,
this
cool.
is still manageable, so you'll just be going down for the moment.
Yeah, I have 4 hit points.
That is 6, piercing 1 to the torso for Carter.
That is 1 point of damage.
And 8, piercing 3 to the left leg.
5. I also have 4 hit points remaining.
And with that, you see the goose get up to its feet and take damage from both the fire and the arrows that are within it. So I will go ahead and roll that.
While being shaken around by his torso and his leg, Carter is shouting, "I was not warned about hostile avians!"
the goose is taking a lot of damage from the fire and the arrows, which are still just digging into its flesh. It's slowing down and laying out weaker honks, and looks like with a little bit more focus it could be taken down, but it is still very dangerous, as shown by how it just slammed into Iris's arm, caused her to spin and just fall. And Carter is currently being thrashed around a little bit. Dr. Hoffman.
And to kill a goose. Minor action aim. Firing all cylinders.
Okay.
3 successes.
That'll hit.
Cool. Rolling for impact zone.
Your action point pool is basically at max if you'd like to add some more with that.
Cool. 5 is chest.
That it is, yes.
So I will go ahead and throw. It was 1 success to hit or 2?
It was 1 success to hit.
Okay, so I'll take those 2 extras and 1 more action point from the pool and send as much damage downrange as I can on this thing.
Fair enough.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, piercing 12, 18 piercing 12.
Ouch. The weapon you bring to bear just like lets off this intense heat as Pew Pew, burning through ammo as per its namesake, lets off an intense shot akin to how you would see from a larger scale laser weapon. And you almost like feel like if you weren't in your power armor, you would be thrown back a little bit. But it just burns this deep, intense hole in the center of this thing. You're pretty sure that if it wasn't for the little layer of cauterized flesh that was left, you would be seeing internal organs.
Okay.
You still have action points if you'd like to use them to get extra actions. You do know that one of your friends is currently unconscious and the other is very injured. None of you have made it through without too many little scrapes aside from you and Janelle, who have gotten lucky.
Wait, right now, whether or not the doctor would go for the goose or go for his friends and medical training would take over.
Flip a coin if you have to.
Going for the goose.
I have a question for our GM. How many action points do we? How many action points do we have?
Currently 6.
Okay, well that's good.
Okay.
Are you aiming again as well, Doctor?
If I can, yes.
All right, so that brings the action point pool down to 3 because 1 for the extra minor action and then another 2 for the extra major action.
That would be 3 successes again.
All right, bringing the action point total back up to 4.
And this time it's just going to be the normal 14d6 versus the 17d6. Actually, you need to roll where it hits again. Head.
Which one?
Okay. Whatever is the closest head. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I just generally would assume that if it comes up head, it's closest, unless it's Iris, in which case it might be furthest.
All right. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, piercing 8.
This thing looks ragged. Burns are all over it. You can just smell cooked avian flesh. It is ragged. It's letting out weaker honks. It's spitting up the acidic blood, the acidic spit along with blood from its various heads, and it just still looks like it's trying to fend you off. Chanel.
Coffee can, EMPing it.
The coffee can EMP is for robots. This is not a robot.
Fucking ball. I forgot. Baseball grenade is what I meant, not coffee can EMP.
There we go. Fair enough. Okay. So you are able to throw this baseball grenade, pull the pin, chuck it. Would you like to spend any action points just to make sure you really get this bitch?
Yeah, I'd like to better my chances. I'm gonna spend an action point to bump my pool up to 3d20.
Okay, you do have enough to bump it up to 4 if you wanted.
Yeah, if folks are cool with me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I am okay with it. I will be giving Solomon a shitload of action points on my turn so I don't die.
All right. Well, then I'm going to spend 2 action points to bump that pool up to 4.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll 4d20.
Oh, fucking no way. No fuck.
Yuck.
Uh-huh.
I will say that
Have
you
some
can.
luck.
I would say that you could have aimed, and you can, of course, spend luck as much as you want to re-roll those dice.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that aiming is something I can actually do with these. Yeah, I would have spent my minor action to aim.
Minor action to aim, that'll give you one of the dice for free.
And I'll spend 2 luck points. So
Okay, so you can re-roll 3 of those dice in total.
rerolling the fucking 19. That's gross. Much better.
Yeah.
That is 5 successes.
All right, and the action point total is back up to almost full. And you do hit.
Perfect. That's going to be 5d6.
That 8.
8.
So with that baseball grenade, like you just see where the opening is that had been blown into it by Pew Pew. You see a little like latch where there's like a bit of like rib cage, and you're like, "Eh," and throw the grenade right into where that little hole is. The grenade like rolls for a second. All the geeks' heads just stop, look down at the hole, and then it just explodes.
Oh, goody.
All of you, every single one of you, absolutely soaked in goose gore.
Well, sorry for the splash zone.
I have giblets in places I should not have giblets.
It's a good thing that you are in the power armor, Dr. Hoffman, but your power armor is now very, very red.
I paint white crosses on this. I can look like an actual EMT now.
It's true. Well, it was smelling really nice because of the cooked meat, but then, of course, the inside of actually cleaning an animal does smell very, very bad. So now the place smells wretched.
Yes.
Hey, Iris,
Yeah.
I'd like an endurance and survival roll, please, to see if you kick the bucket or not.
All right. So we have 4 action points in our pool.
We do, yes.
All right, cool. I would like. Can I take those 4 and then give you 2 to get 3 dice?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Well, I'm gonna re-roll that 19.
Okay.
I die.
It is based on the number of injuries I believe that you have currently.
I have
so
2. I took 1 from the damage and then 1 from going down.
Let me double check something. Okay. So, Iris, you feel things fading, going cold, going dark. But then you hear a voice, one that's familiar to you. I still need you. Not yet. And you feel something jab into your chest, and everything goes white again as you see a black coat fade into active camouflage again.
Kind of sits straight up. Do I have a chance to try and figure out which one of them it is?
Give me a roll of, let's go ahead and call it perception and survival, just to see if you can like get a good enough look quick enough.
I got 1.
That is enough for you to get the voice was masculine. So probably wasn't the crazy bitch. Other than that, you couldn't really tell because you were fading.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
Damn it, Alereg beat me to the GIF.
Those at home, Undertaker.
I assume I have been jammed with a stim pack.
Yeah, it is still just like sticking out of your body. It was just like jammed in and left there.
Understandable. Kind of sits up, grabs her rifle, like throws it over one shoulder because her left arm is fucking useless right now.
The moment, yeah.
Takes the stim pack out and throws it over to the side. And makes her way down, or at least tries to make her way down to the rest of the group.
We'll see at this point, Dr. Hoffman will be trying to make his way back up to her, so...
You meet at the stairwell, where Iris seems to have managed to sit up. With the hit that she took, she probably shouldn't have.
This is... Oh, fuck. Medical training goes into overdrive, and he's just going to try and heal her immediately.
Fair enough. Intelligence and medicine with 1 free reroll because of your AI, onboard AI.
That is 1 success.
With the free roll of that 19 if you want.
Please
Yeah,
reroll
sure.
the 19.
I can do that too. 2 success.
All right. Are you utilizing a stim pack with this, or just going for regular medicine?
Hell yes, using a stim pack.
Okay. So with your regular medicine roll, you're able to... The best way to, the most efficient way to do this would be to use the stim pack to heal the injury that she sustained on her arm, and then the first aid would heal her your medicine ranks plus your successes. Plus the bonuses from your perk. So.
Yep. So 1 from healer, 6 from medicine, and then successes is 2, so total of 9.
Yes, so Iris gets back 9 hit points, and her arm is no longer as fucked.
No longer as fucked. Still a little fucked.
Mildly fucked.
Her shoulder has been put back in place.
For now.
And then he's going to go and hand another stim pack off to her. And he's going to rush over to Carter because 3 people he's got to take care of.
worky.
Yeah.
Righty, go ahead and roll a test for him again.
Application does not respond. What the hell, Dice Mate?
I will be using that other stim pack to heal the second injury to my arm.
Fair.
There we go. 3 successes.
Alrighty. And you're able to heal up Carter fairly well.
How much is 3 successes in health levels with all of your perks?
10.
That's pretty good. That's where I started the fight at.
There you go. Chanel, you see Maisie currently lapping up at the blood of the goose and trying to like tear at one of its just like large drumsticks. Just
Maisie, and you put that down right now, or so help me God, I will make sure that thing comes back.
she just looks up at you with a bit of meat in her mouth.
Here.
Hmm?
Now. And drop it.
And then she drops it, and she looks just like very dejected, just while walking over to you.
Come here. Listen. And she's gonna look around and make sure that nobody's like listening in on her really, and she's just gonna get on a knee and say, "Later, you don't want to eat that raw. We don't know what that is. God, it might be diseased or something. I don't know. Did you hear the way that thing was honking and hooting? You're better than this."
Iris immediately starts searching the area for the key card.
The key card itself is fairly easy to find. The shutter that the goose came from, it looked like it was largely the large cage that the goose was kept in, along with various little stations to like monitor the goose's various readings from the goose, and where various like tools such were. The key card is easy enough to find there. You also see a what sounds like a smaller rattling cage that has like a little bit of a little cloth thrown over it, and you just hear as it's just like moving the cage a little bit.
I'm gonna go to the cage.
You go to the cage. Do you take the cover off of it?
Mm-hmm.
You throw the cover off of it, and inside is a small mammalian creature with striped gray and black fur, and what looks to be very long spikes that are coming out of various parts of it. And it just looks up at you with these big, like, reddish orangish eyes.
Would I recognize that?
If you would recognize this, it looks a little bit like an American raccoon, but also like it's got like porcupine DNA that's been spliced into it.
It's a porcupine.
A racupine.
A
Porcupine.
Racupine? Yeah, oh my goodness, it's a radiated racupine.
Hi, little buddy. Where were you this entire time? She's gonna reach. How big are the paws on this thing?
Its paws look like it's like the size of like a child's hand.
She's gonna reach out 2 fingers to see if if this freaky little thing will take her finger.
Give me a roll of charisma and survival, if you would, please.
I would like to spend action.
We don't have any.
We don't
Ah,
have
fuck.
any.
You can give me some.
Yeah, fuck you.
You already have a bunch.
That is one success. I would like to spend a luck point.
To reroll the 19. Go right ahead. You're all getting a lot of 19s tonight.
That is also a success. Not by much, but it is a success.
It just looks up at you. And then as you're reaching your hand out, it just like brings its hands up and just like wraps around the finger. And then it begins nibbling. Not enough to where it's like painful, but it's like sort of like nibbing at it.
She just kind of lifts it up. Then she'll like wrap her arms around and kind of lift it up like Simba style.
You have to be careful about the spines because it's like you just go to wrap your hand. Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, I love you. You are so cute. You are so painful.
And then it gives you a lick right to your nose that feels a little bit like sandpaper right on the tip of your nose.
Oh, great. I love you so much.
Oh, good. It has
And
cat
then
tongue.
Yeah. I love you. Oh my god. Yes, absolutely. You're coming with me. Okay. You don't need to be near this gory scene. Neither you nor Maisie. What am I gonna name you? What am I gonna by the way, has definitely not even considered asking anybody else in the group if it's okay if they take this creature with them. Has decided that this is going to be the second group mascot without even like thinking about discussing it with anybody.
While this is going on, can I butcher the Hydrus?
Absolutely. I will take a roll of either intelligence or perception and survival.
Oh, goody. Intelligence and perception are the exact same now. Two successes.
All right. So there's a significant amount of the goose that is usable. A lot of it is charred, burned, but you get with the size of the creature, you get enough goose meat that you think that you could probably, if you like smoke it and like cure it, it could probably feed Lilybell for a couple months.
Wunderbar. He's gonna also get an idea. Hey, Sink,
Yes, sir.
is it possible to transport this meat to a secure and cold location? Possibly one of the intelligent freezers you might have?
I can if you so wish, sir. It will be here whenever you need it, and we can send it to any location within the Mojave Wasteland that you wish for it to go to.
Action.
Wonderful. And then you can just see the various meat that you've actually managed to take, just going like that little wavy sort of look of the transporter, and then teleported away in a flash of light. The feathers of the goose look to be very thick, very dense, almost like they wouldn't work for if you wanted to fill a pillow, but they could work for if you wanted to utilize them as either armor or like fletching.
I'm going to take a particularly long one and stick it into my helmet as just like a literal feather in my cap now.
Fantastic. Carter, Iris, what are you two doing?
Probably looking around like, what now?
Yeah, Iris is grabbing the keycard and waiting by the door.
Yeah.
Fair enough. As you head back there, you just hear your Pip-Boy like come to life again, And you look down, and it is the same eye that greeted you when you walked into this place. You killed my Hydres. You bastard.
You shouldn't have had a horrible monster try to eat me if you didn't want me to shoot it.
Well, you should have just been eaten. That would have made things so much simpler. Why can't you just lay down and die? Fuck you, Marcus. And then there's just a wait. It's like, who? Mark? Fuck you. And then he just signs off.
I think he thinks I'm somebody that I'm not.
I think
Something
he's
tells me
losing
he's
his
not
mind.
all there.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
how about we find our way into the central core?
that would be a wonderful idea. Und perhaps? No, I doubt they have a shower here.
Guys, I made a friend.
So I see.
Great, I almost died.
So I saw. What?
Yeah, you were a
happened
bit
with
late
that?
there, Doc.
I apologize. That was my decision to try and slay the enemy before it continued to destroy our group.
One of the cores apparently needs for something. So
That is terrifying.
yeah. Not the crazy one, at least. So
Oh, good.
Carter's
She's
going to
going
look
die.
around like they're here, but obviously see nothing.
Is with that revelation, unless Chanel has something to add. Would you all guys like to head there immediately, or would you like to head back to the sink and maybe use the auto dock to get back up to fighting?
Yes, let's auto dock and perhaps not be covered in quite so much goo.
a goose.
Goo, goose, they both start with GOO.
It's true. So you're able to head back to the sink and utilize the auto dock, which when you're inside of it, as it's working to fix you, you get it just like kind of serenades you with like bullshit, folksy, like twangy bluegrass lyrics. Like it's not even good. It's just that same kind of vibe.
They've got a truck in their truck and a beer in their tire and dirt and dogs and beer.
Mhm.
I
And
went
their girl
down to
left,
the
their girl
creek.
left them for their beer on their tractor.
And their dog's the only one that loves them anymore.
Yep, exactly.
What a weird way to sing about depression.
I don't think that's what that song was about.
No. She's right. Take it from the doctor. She's right.
But you all are able to be healed back up to full, so any missing HP are restored. And any injuries that may be lingering are taken care of. The Central Intelligence Unit actually speaks up and says, will you all be leaving us after you've taken care of the think tank, sirs and madams?
I think that was the plan, yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Very well. I will just ask that maybe also give a thought to Dr. Mobius, Dr. Zero, and Dr. 8. They've been
Yes.
quite lonely. Yeah,
That is a fair point. Thank you for reminding me.
of course. If there's anything else I can do for you, just do feel free to let me know. Again, if you have need of anything, I can exchange the standard cap currency for most anything. Except
you
for the
got?
most exotic goods.
What do you got?
I have a small supply of ammunition of various calibers that I was able to retrieve from the weapons testing area. I also have a few bits and bobs that could be used chems, a few stim packs. Most of them were
Impacts would be helpful.
I do have
stim,
two of them.
stim packs, bullets, and chems all seem useful.
I do have 2 stim packs. Many other types of chems, including a hit of Excel, if that intrigued.
Got any arrows?
Arrows. Rather rudimentary, but actually, yes, I have a few arrows, though none of the regular standard broadhead. We also don't have any serrated ones like the ones in your quiver. However, we do have 2 that could be utilized for sending a bit of explosives downrange, as it were, and 2 that could be utilized if you are unsure if you should be hitting them with energy or a proper arrowhead. They have a plasma inducer as the arrowhead.
Explosive arrows, you say, huh?
Yes, madam.
How many?
3.
And how many of the other one?
3 as well.
I'll take all 6.
Very well. I will unfortunately need to have caps deposited in, and you see that a small panel opens up and shows a slot for depositing caps. I'll need about 30 for the total. I was able to give you a bit of a discount given the fact you've synced up so well here.
That's fair. When's the last time you had a customer?
Oh, I believe that was the last time that the courier came by. He often liked to come by here and take out basically buy out all of the ammunition and then break them down, basically make his own hand loads that were special.
Do you know when about that was?
I believe the last time he came here was 4 years ago. 4 years, 6 months, 7 days.
My friend. Listen, I would never, ever shudder at the generosity of the small discount that you are providing my friends and I here, but we are your first customer in nearly 5 years. And I can tell that this stuff has got a little bit of dust on it, it's fine. I'm willing to buy. Would we be able to maybe negotiate, maybe for a little bit of a lower price, just because you don't know when you're going to be able to sell your wares again, and we're good for it.
Charisma and barter.
Damn, should have given you the mentats first.
That is 3 successes. And barter is one of my tag skills.
Very well, madam. I can give them to you for 25, and I will throw in a bit of a special. And then you see that the actual table lowers down and then comes back up with the arrows and what looks to be 2 flashbangs.
I could never. She immediately, and she's like, I could never. This is too kind. She shoves them in her bag.
Fair enough.
And she'll deposit the 25 caps.
Fantastic. Can I get anything for the rest of you?
Out of curiosity, are you able to buy things? Are you able to take things, give us caps in exchange?
If you could deposit them on the table, I will give you the appropriate amount.
All right. Well, I got a handful bullets and a gun that I don't think any of us are interested in using. I kind of look around. Anybody want a 9mm?
No.
9.
All right. So I have a 9mm pistol, 7 9mm rounds, and then 2 45 rounds.
You place the weapon and the ammunition on the table. It sinks down. The table like closes back up again. You hear a bit of like mechanical whirring underneath, and then the table comes back up with what looks to be about 15 caps.
All right.
And then Dr. Hoffman's actually come forward and put down a dose of turbo, 2 doses of medtats, and 2 doses of Calmex onto the table.
Whoa. Hold on.
I've got 3 doses here for Calmex, so if you want one, I can get you one.
Yeah, I mean, if I can make good use of that.
All right, here. And he will just hand over all of his Calmex to Iris then.
The table sinks down, and he says, Would you accept barter, equivalent trade instead of caps?"
For the Mentats and Turbo? Sure. What do you have?
The table comes back up, and you see that there's a small inhaler with this like rolling, constantly changing like smoke inside. It looks a bit like Jet, but you know that this is actually a hit of Excel.
That is interesting.
And for the folks at home who don't know what Excel is, what is Excel's Game Master?
Excel is a general purpose performance enhancer that was being developed before the Great War. Never got really finished, but the prototype has been disseminated enough to where people who are really, really good with chemistry can make it themselves. What it does is it allows the first extra die on all tests while it's in use to be bought for free.
Counterpoint. If you get addicted to it, all tests are at +1 difficulty while you're not under the effects of Excel.
And it does only require one effect to get addicted. So one hit and you could get immediately hooked.
32% chance.
But it does make it so that you could basically re-rolling 3d20 for every test for a scene.
It's very good.
That works for me.
Very well. And you're able to take the hit of Excel.
Carter needs 10mm ammo and stim packs.
The 2 Stimpaks come up along with a box of what looks to be 25 10mm rounds. With this,
All right.
sir.
What will that cost him caps wise?
As you are my first customers in several years, as your associate has shown me, let's go ahead and call it an even 20.
Can do. And out of character, how much ammo is in that box?
25.
Excellent. That takes me from 2 that isn't in my gun to 27.
There you go.
All right. Out of curiosity, I'm going to ask for the thing that you're probably least likely to have first. Do you have any Addictol?
We have 1 dose of that, madam. Most of it that was taken by Dr. Dalla.
Good to know. How much is it?
Unfortunately, it is still set as being quite high. It would run you about 50 caps for the dose.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Very well. And he, with the caps deposited, he gives you the dose of the Addictol, which, for those at home who don't know what that is a chem that removes all addictions.
And then what do you got in the way of 308 rounds and 44 Magnum rounds?
308 I only have about 6 rounds for, but the 44 Magnum I have 12.
All right, how much would a lot of it take or cost?
25.
25? All right, done. And 12. All right. I'm good.
And then the good doctor will actually step up again and say, do you have any energy cells for laser-based weaponry?
I do. I have roughly, and then you just hear a bit of computing. 24 cells.
How much will 20 caps get me?
10.
Done.
She's
Fantastic.
gonna throw in. Chanel's gonna throw in another 10 cap.
Then that,
Hurry up.
then that would get you another 5 cells.
Okay.
Not a problem, Doc. You let one of our friends almost die again, I'll kill you myself.
If one of our friends dies, I shall go off into the wasteland and waste away myself.
Oh, Chanel, catch.
What?
Iris is gonna take the grape mentas she got from one of the doctors here and toss it over.
Cool.
That's for
what
you.
does it do? What does it do?
What it does, it allows you to re-roll a d20 on all barter tests for a scene and reduces the difficulty of charisma tests by 2.
Nice. I'm just gonna pocket them and just give Iris a little nod and say these might come in handy later. But for real, y'all, we gotta be a little bit careful. I was traumatized last night by a fucking light switch.
Yeah,
Then you just hear yelling. Then you just
were-
hear yelling from the other room. That's just and he just says, "You traumatized the poor girl? No, you bitch!" And just catty conversation back and forth, yelling in the other room.
We were warned about the light switches and that they were a bit,
Interesting.
yeah.
I think I gave one an orgasm.
Yeah, that seems in line with what we were told.
The helmet of Dr. Hoffman's just going to straight up just turn to look back for where the actual voices of the light switches was coming from and say, "What the fuck?"
I think I turned one on.
They're busy bitching at each other as opposed to actually hear Dr. Hoffman.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that does tend to be what you do to light switches, doesn't it? You click them up and you turn them on.
A megalomaniacal toaster, a monomaniacal Securitron that needs to wash mugs, and horny light switches. The people in the Big Empty did not get out a lot, even on the best of days.
9.
Oh, out of curiosity, is there a workbench in here that we can make use of?
There is.
Yes.
There's a regular workbench, and there's also an ammunition reloading bench.
Excellent.
So, Chanel. 9 does
Yeah,
not
Doc.
mean the number. In German, it
doesn't.
means no.
What's German? Doc. I always
It's what
thought you
I
were just
am.
talking. I always thought that you were just a weird Italian.
No.
Wait, hold on. You know about Italy, but you don't know about. You know what? Never mind.
A lot of people that I grew up with were European, but Germany wasn't really a
Right.
thing.
What kind of European?
I mean, based on what she just said, probably Italian. That makes sense. That would make sense, right?
Yeah, we had some Italian, some
Other countries.
other countries. I can't think. I've got a really cute buddy on my shoulder, but he hurt. He hurt so good.
And he's currently nibbling on your ear.
I think we first feed that. I also think we should check if he has rabies.
Oh, what's rabies?
If he
Nasty.
does have rabies, then isn't it probably too late to check for that?
Possibly. And if he does, we need to get you antibiotics, but...
Huh?
That is what the goose goes, yes, honk. Uh-huh. Alright, I will try and make sure you are sanitary, and that the little friend of yours is also sanitary another time.
Alright.
It should not harm him, no.
Sure thing. Okay, well, come on, Quilly and Tarantino, let's go.
Oh my gosh, the name. As soon as Chanel is out of earshot, Kurt is gonna lean over towards the doctor and say, "You're not gonna tell her that usually rabies tests involves putting their brains in a blender?"
9.
Me neither.
All right,
hey,
I'm
Carter. Hey, Carter, you think you could do something with my rifle to make it a bit quieter?
Yeah, if we got the raw materials, sure.
I'm sure we could
Let's see if we
probably
can rummage around. Yeah, we could probably rummage
Yeah.
around and find something.
rummage around, use what the CIU is selling.
Dismantle a light switch for it, possibly.
I think that would be a loudener, not a quieter, if it's that touchy about being touched.
True.
I mean, you just have to use the right parts, not the parts that make the noise. Anyway,
You just
No.
hear like a crash in one of the other rooms. And suddenly Muggy comes sprinting by with all kinds of like bits and bobs. It's like, here you go.
Thank you,
you.
Muggy.
Sure thing. And he just like dumps the parts in front of you. Don't ask where the toaster is, and he just zips away again.
oh, that's fine. I didn't much like him anyway. You're kind of an asshole.
Muggy, question for you.
No, I don't know where the toaster is. You can't make me talk. Fuck you, cops.
Not about the toaster. Is there anything else that you have scrap-wise?
Uh-huh. Well, what are you looking for?
Yes. Useful.
It's mostly random bits and bobs that I got for breaking down things. Mostly mugs.
I have an idea. Chanel,
She turns around. The raccoon is just giving her looks.
would you perhaps like some extra shrapnel for your grenades?
I mean, Doc, I won't say no to more scrap.
Muggy, if you would please. The good Chanel will take the broken bits and turns them into nasty weapons.
Okay, and he just like he like opens up like a storage area on the top and just dumps out all kinds of like bits and bobs that could be used for shrapnel. It's enough that you could probably actually make a couple full-on regular fragmentation grenades as opposed to just baseball grenades.
Thanks, Muggy. I appreciate this.
Anytime, just give me more mugs. I need mugs. And then he just zips away again.
So with the
Gave that
scrap,
thing drugs.
with the scrap that we have, Carter is going to attempt to assemble a sound suppressor sufficient for a 308 hunting rifle. And he will also try and construct a calibrated receiver for that gun. If he can't, if it would be possible to move his calibrated receiver from the 10mm to that gun, he will do that instead.
All right. How many ranks of repair do you have?
I don't, because gun nut does not run off of repair.
It's true.
Could I assist since I have
I
repair?
have 2 ranks of gun nut.
Yeah, I would also be willing to assist. I also have repair, and it is a tag skill for me.
Yes, it is unfortunate that I did not realize that repair is what is used to install things, but it is not actually required for the perk.
Let me double check things.
It's page 100 for small gun mods.
Okay. Here we are. Weapons workbench. Yeah, so while it does I would allow the use of repair or science. It would just be repair would be a little bit easier since it's more mechanical as opposed to scientific. So if you want to go with a science roll, you can absolutely make that depending on how many ranks of science you have.
Given that I have 5 ranks of science and no ranks of repair, I think I'll go with science.
No need to even make a roll then, since the ranks of science actually reduces the difficulty, and since you brought it down to 0, you can just make it.
Excellent.
Heck yeah.
And while he's doing that, I would also like to start kind of putting together bips and bobs and see what I can do in lines of explosive.
Trying to make like frag grenades or some such? Or are you looking for anything like unique or specific?
For now, I'm just gonna look through the junk to see what I can find for a frag grenade. Whatever I don't immediately, I am.
Okay. There's enough here that you could probably actually make 2 regular fragmentation grenades. And you still probably would have enough left over to make another baseball grenade too. And because your explosives is so high, you don't need to even test to make the things, you just make them.
Awesome.
All right.
While your companions are working on these things, Dr. Hoffman, the Central Intelligence Unit actually speaks up and says, "Good doctor, may I bother you for a moment?"
Yeah.
When my associate, the good courier, was here last, they also dropped off some interesting items. Things I don't really have a proper way to categorize. So I was hoping that you might be able to take them off of my hands and utilize them to the best of your abilities, given that I really have no idea what they are, what they're meant for.
I can certainly try.
Thank you. And then the table lowers down and comes back up with what looks to be 2 syringes.
What in the fuck? He'll take them up and try and identify what the heck these are.
I will take a roll of, first off, intelligence and then science. And the second roll, a roll of intelligence and survival.
Okay, so intelligence, science. Don't fuck me, rolls. 1 success. And then survival. Intelligence, survival. 1 success again.
Okay. These are things you've heard about from old books, like pre-war books, and even like when you were practicing medicine before the war. These are known as they didn't really have like a brand name. It was just called the Superchemical Mark 1, which is a very powerful, basically a steroid, one meant to enhance soldiers and was going to be used largely for military purposes. You know that it was actually a chemical that's not addictive, but enhances the physical prowess of anyone who uses it, especially if they were to get mixed up in a melee.
I can definitely make use of this.
The other thing is a syringe that you've heard about more from talking to various survivalists that have read a lot more old-timey books about how to make use of the world around them, and was simply just called the survival syringe. That it was a syringe packed with like holistic medicine that could work even better than a stim pack, to where it would heal injuries, actually cure illnesses, and make it so that someone didn't have to worry about food or drink for the rest of the day.
Cool. So 1 syringe of each, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Good to use, good to use. Dankeschön.
Of course. Do hope that you could make more use out of them than I can. There was no official name for these things, so I was unable to actually keep them in my logs, but I wanted to get rid of them as soon as I could.
I think I can find good uses for this. If not from us, perhaps someone else down the line. Who knows?
Fantastic. Iris,
Yes.
you hear a psst. Psst.
Turn and look.
Hello, citizen. And you just look at the book burning chute.
Hi there.
I have something that I think you might be able to take off of my hands because, well, I just can't fit it down into the chute to be able to take care of this commie propaganda.
And what might that be? She'll walk over to the book chute.
You just hear a little ding, and like out of the book chute comes a rather large book. And it is a book that looks like it is written entirely in Cantonese. Given your make within the Institute, you're actually able to translate it. And it looks to be a book largely focused on special ops training.
Chinese Commandos Manual.
Chinese
much.
Spec Ops, yeah.
Huh.
I can't really fit it in here, but I figure that you, good citizen, could probably take care of removing this filth from the planet.
Oh, of course. We can't have something like this floating around for anybody to read. I'll make sure to find somewhere to dispose of it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
That's
And
like
that-
when people are like, yes, I'll be sure to dispose of all these dangerous drugs by injecting them directly into myself.
100%.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
liver is very efficient in filtering those things.
So this is not a magazine. This is actually a special book. This is a book that when you get to level 8, if you read it, you'll be able to take a perk called Follow Through.
Okay.
Whenever you hit someone with a sneak attack, for I believe it's the rest of the round. Let me double check. Until the start of your next turn, that enemy will take extra damage from all attacks against them by you or others.
That's fun. I can take that perk at level 8.
You can take that perk at level 8, and then you can choose. You can keep, if you want, take more, put more of your perks into it, because it will basically let you. You can. It has up to 3 ranks you can take into it, and the level requirement increases by 8 each time you take it. So the first rank you can take at level 8, second rank you can take at level 16, and so on and so forth.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna smile, nod at the book chute, and just kind of tuck it under my arm.
Fair enough.
Definitely gonna dispose of it after she reads it.
Absolutely going to dispose of it after you read it.
Exactly.
And let it fall into the wrong hands, of course.
Of course.
Of course. So, after a little bit, everyone is able to put together their items. Iris, your gun is shiny and has a new silencer on it, a suppressor.
Woo!
Carter, you have managed to make the receiver you were hoping for that gun. It was a little tricky. Took a little bit more doing because that gun is fucking
Highly
weird.
custom.
Yeah, intensely custom. Pistols shouldn't fire rifle cartridges.
Yeah, the receiver on that gun is already fucked up.
And Chanel, you are able to make all kinds of fun explosives, including full-on frag grenades now.
Also, Alereg, just to be clear, just to double check, you said Dr. Hoffman had 3 doses of Calmex?
Yes.
Okay,
Iris now
cool.
has 3 doses of Calmex.
Well, I already had 3, so
Congratulations. Get addicted. Have fun.
I have so many drugs. Why do you think I bought the Addictol?
Fantastic. So, you all have utilized the auto dock to heal up to full. You have all kinds of new items. You've gotten some drugs, some new weapons to bring to bear, and plenty of ammunition. Are you all going to head out to the Forbidden Zone?
You're damn right.
I think it's that time.
Fantastic. So, you head on out, and you immediately get a call on your Pip-Boy.
Hello.
Do we really have to go through all of this? Why are you getting in the way of science? It's Dr. Klein.
Well, long story short, your science is shitty and is going to kill a lot of innocent people, and I'm not a fan of that.
Ah, so you're a moralist then.
Afraid so.
It's unfortunate.
While this
Science should be able.
While this conversation is happening, Iris takes a syringe out of her pocket and jams it into her arm.
Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Science should be able to progress
I'm
without
thinking.
having ethics. Why? This is why I appreciate the fellows over at the Institute. They understand that sometimes ethics should be left behind. That morality can go to those once science is done progressing. Morality left to those that don't need to worry about making the world better.
Remind me out of character, what was the name that Boris called Carter?
He called you Marcus.
Marcus, that's right. I have a question for you, Dr. Klein.
Mm.
While I'm sure that you see yourself as an enlightened individual with a towering intellect to match, it seems that some of your compatriots are not quite so well adjusted. Why would Dr. Boris be referring to me as Marcus while losing his temper and seeming to drive himself a little crazy?
Ah. He had another episode then.
We killed his goose.
That would do it. I am going to make an assumption that you've probably spoken to Dr. Mobius then.
Yes.
Then did Dr. Mobius inform you that he locked all of us, aside from himself, of course, in a mental loop?
He did.
This loop, I will not say that we were perfectly stable before it, but this loop caused us to keep going over and over and over again into the same thought processes, the same experiments. We would just forget everything that we've done, forget all that we had hoped for, all of our ambition, and be locked forever doing the same thing. Kept here, imprisoned by someone who basically drugged all of us into submission. Kept our minds from being as sharp as they should be.
Dr. Mobius, you look astonishingly like a cat.
Mah. He forced us to be here. And when we tried to find out what had happened and tried to fight back against him, he and his courier friend tricked us, utilized our mental instability against us, forced us to play along to do things here and keep working on whatever little bit of experimentation we could make here. It was only when the Institute made contact with us and delivered their own serum that we were able to think clearly. Everything faded away. The static died down.
Did the Institute request anything of you in exchange for their little gift?
Keeping them apprised of the situation within the Mojave and whatever findings we had. It was good to speak to associates, colleagues that were of our same caliber of thinking. And to give them access to our transponder frequencies to make it so that they could make their way here. And we could send them anything that we found there.
And what if they were here already, spying on you?
I note at least 3 of their agents are here. But they are here with an invitation. As for more, I think we would be able to figure out if they were here. They're good. But we are Big Mountain. Our science is boundless. Our intelligence is only limited by the space within our pods, and we can make bigger pods.
Has it ever occurred to you that over all of those years of being trapped in a loop, you might have learned something and changed your mind, or otherwise encountered something that might change your outlook on being so darn fucking crazy?
As a scientist, I'm open to every possibility. Nothing's changed me so far, but I can't say there haven't been small changes. Dr. Boris, with his change to focus on other animals, letting his canine subjects go. I think it was good for him. It let him mourn the loss of his dog, his one that he grew up with, the one that he worked to keep alive through his own projects, his Gabe.
Remind me, is that the name of the dog that the Kings have?
No, the Kings have Rex.
Rex, okay. I was like, I don't know my dog names in Fallout that well. If it's not dog meat, doesn't count.
Fair enough. But yeah, Gabe was the name that was on the barn-sized doghouse that was in Boris's area.
Yeah. Carter's gonna try and keep Klein talking while they make their way to the Forbidden Zone, because as long as he's talking, he's probably not trying to kill us, at least not with 100% of his attention.
Fair enough. Yeah, your actual way, the way you're making into the Forbidden Zone, has been clear so far.
That's good.
Yeah,
So,
Iris
what
is... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just, Iris is kind of off to the side, keeping to shadows of the buildings and stuff.
Okay.
Doing her thing.
Feel free to go ahead and give me that agility and sneak roll. I know you want to.
I sure do. What's the light conditions like right now? Is it pretty bright still?
It's still fairly bright, but I would say that you activate. You could still find enough shadow that you could use the shadowed ability of your armor.
Perfect. I also have Ghost, so I get a free die. I get a free reroll from being on Colmex. So we're gonna reroll that 18. That is 3.
Fantastic. You are very well hidden. You don't have to worry about being seen even by the cameras of this place. You feel like if you had access to the stealth boy technology that the Coursers had, the Mojave would tremble. Dr. Klein is still locked in conversation with Carter and anyone else who wants to chime in, because he's also in the frequency of the AI that is within Dr. Hoffman's power armor. So what? Do you wish to just come and destroy us, or are you coming to try to make a case? What is your hope here?
Well, I had intended to perhaps look at a way of removing your gray matter from your pods, putting it into a Mr. Handy or something of that nature, and carting you along as a little floating science bot. Basically, disconnecting you from the systems at Big Mountain seems like the wisest choice of action should we like to have a society that continues to exist out in the Mojave. But it'll depend on what I find when I get there. If I can't do that, I might have to find a power system and reroute the power system to just vent whatever it's generating out somewhere else.
We shall see.
I stole your raccoon thing.
You just hear in the background from the feed, "God damn it, leave my raccoon alone."
No, fuck you. It's mine.
Tell him the name.
His name is Quillian Tarantino.
And you just hear...
You have
and
respect on his name.
you hear Dr. Klein's voice, like, shift, like he's turned away, but you still only see the eyeball. Dr. Dalla, if you would. Yes, Dr. Klein. And you just hear the rambling begin to lessen a little bit, almost like someone's been sedated.
Hey, if you got one that can dispense mentats, you probably got one that can dispense something else.
Apologies for that. Ever since the loss of the Hydris, Dr. Boris has been a little more in his moods. I do apologize for him calling you Marcus. That was from... At least what he said was his time at American High School.
Well, all he had to do to not lose his Hydrus is not sick it on us and have it attempt to eat our faces. That is generally a good way not to have your animal die.
True enough. He has always gotten very attached to his subjects.
As an American, I think you would know about the animals that talking to us that guns.
Oh, he knows plenty about the animals and guns. I'm still not exactly sure why he made a 357 Magnum chain gun with a dog's brain.
Well, that's certainly a hobby.
Not one I focus on, but
He did what?
He
one of the
made...
dogs that's getting older. He put its brain, attached it to a 327 Magnum chain gun, so that way it would continue to exist in a form of way akin to how robo-dogs are made.
Robo-dogs at least have a semblance of their own life. The dog would have no idea how to utilize a chain gun. The rotary barrels would be useless to it.
This is again during one of his episodes, so wasn't really much talking to him then.
Carter's just going to mute the mic pickup for 1 second and say, you know, the more they talk, the more I think that this is kind of a mercy. Unmute.
I'm curious, Dr. Klein. Why?
So the open-ended question.
You say that ethics should not exist until the lengths of science of what you can do are finished. How do you know when that length is finished? How do you know when to stop?
Fair enough. I suppose I wouldn't, though. My mind would always be wanting to find what comes next, what's next to learn, what's next to make better. I suppose I misspoke when I said that ethics shouldn't exist. Until that point, ethics shouldn't exist for me, for Dr. Dalla or Dr. Boris.
Ah, so rules for thee but not for me sort of situation, yeah?
If rules prevent exploration and prevent progress, then are they really rules that should be followed? What if that progress could do so much better for mankind? What if it could save lives, but it's kept behind rules?
And you think that a goose with 3 heads and the ability to grow more is progress?
Constant source of meat. Less land that would have to be utilized for making farm raising animals.
Then why go with an aggressive animal? Go for a docile one.
We use what we have.
I'm just saying, putting a dog's brain in a 357 Magnum chain gun is probably not going to put food on a lot of people's table.
Or advanced science in general.
Of that, we're of agreement. I believe your associate has something to say.
Your science doesn't provide welfare for the general populace. It doesn't expand on anything. All it's done so far is harm and maim and stick robots in spaces that they shouldn't be. It's killed animals. It's almost killed people. You might not have any ethics in your research. But your lack of ethics does not better anything. Have a little bit of sympathy for the life that is around you. Or when I find you, I'll take your fucking brain and put it in a gun. Harm another animal. I don't get angry. I get even. I don't care what your friend's excuse is. You harmed and maimed whatever a fucking goose is for your own science. You harmed and maimed a dog for your own science. That is a natural lifespan that you are messing with in a way that it should not be messed with. What good does a fucking gun do for anybody who's trying to just survive? You people are fucking nasty. Maybe that's why you're so alone. And, Janelle's just gonna fucking march forward in front of everybody. She is very, very, very upset right now.
Yeah, Carter's actually just going to switch off Dr. Klein at that point, because, like, what else can you say?
Alrighty.
Fucking kill a dog to put it right in a fucking stupid weapon. That's it. Let's just get whatever the fuck we need to get from this place and leave.
All right, then. Let's do it.
All right. We all head into the Forbidden Zone, a large domed-like structure that has a sort of an access tunnel that you're able to make your way in. It's clogged with old transport vehicles that would be used to get from one spot of the big mountain to another. But the doorway is still accessible. The key cards are able to be slotted in easily enough. And with the last one going in, you all get a call with a cracked eye. And you just say, hello, is this on? Can you hear me? And it is Dr. Bopius.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah.
Dr. 8 and I have managed to put together something that could help out, I believe, with whatever you might be coming up against. We weren't able to make another sonic emitter, but we were able to find a signal that should at least make the going a little bit easier for whatever you may come against.
Well, that's very good to hear.
If you could just get to a terminal inside, we can play the signal, and it should make it so that things are just less violent, less aggressive. Should be easier for you to deal with.
All right, I'll find a terminal as soon as I can.
Fantastic. Best of luck otherwise, and we're all rooting for you.
Oh, gee.
Think.
All right, I'll call you back.
And the signal just cuts dead.
Think. You're there.
Yes, sir.
Do you know if there's a terminal nearby that's good Carter can use?
There should be one that he could be able to get to at the top of the walkway. The central area is largely used for testing, but he should be able to make his way up through the outer walkways that would get him to a terminal that we can begin playing the signal. I will warn you, I am getting a lot of movement inside. I do believe that most of the robo-scorpions and such that were patrolling have been moved here. Likely to either stop you or buy time for the think tank to flee.
How are they going to flee? They're in pods, aren't they?
They're in pods similar to those of Dr. Mobius and the like. We don't know if they found a way to transport inorganic bodies like their own with the teleporter transponders, but if they have, they might be able to use that to get away. We'll do everything we can to garble their own signals if we can.
All right. Well, that's not good, but I guess we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Fantastic. Best of luck to all of you.
Okay.
And the signal cuts out again. The gateway to the central area opens up. And you all are able to begin heading inside. The gateway closes behind you, and you get the distinct feeling that it has magnetically sealed behind you. So, without getting access to the terminal that was used to close it in the first place, you probably are going to be stuck in here for a while.
Unsurprising.
And as the lights come on, you just look up and you can see a little, like a viewing box where you see 3 of the floating brains akin to how you saw Dr. Mobius, Dr. O, and Dr. 8. They all look down upon you. One is blue colored, one is pink, and one is orange. And you just hear, "Welcome all of you." I'd give more of a warm welcome, but I do believe that you all have lost interest in speaking. And so we will just begin with the entertainment.
And I make a brief counterpoint to that.
Yes.
This. And he launches the virus.
Fantastic. Give me a roll of intelligence and science, if you would, please.
I will.
I had a nickel for every time that 4 of us were below some sort of automated megalomaniac overlord people. I'd have 2 nickels.
It's not a lot, but it's odd that it's happened twice.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a blue star sunset sarsaparilla bottle.
All right, that's going to be 2 successes.
All right. Because you're caught him off guard, you just immediately see that the power fluctuations within this place, and he's just what? Damn it! And he just begins working at the terminal to begin trying to fix things on his end. There are shutters off to either side of the large open area, and you can see that one side has what looks to be pouring out Night Stalkers, and the other side has a mix of Robo-Scorpions and Lobotomites that are beginning to pour into this large open area. And that is where we're going to end for this evening.